Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Martin here from Rymkadiag. Your favorite Chad from Poland is back. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And as you can probably see, I'm rocking a new hat tonight. So today, gentlemen, we're gonna talk about a topic that affects a lot of men nowadays, young men, older men. It happens across the board. The thing is, we as men, we have it so hard in dating. And this is one of the things that is not really talked a lot about online. But the fact of the matter is, we as men, we have to perform on so many different levels to be considered a viable option in the dating market. And the thing is, yes, that is absolutely real. Women have it much easier. And it's always been like that, bro. And yes, I know, it's a hard pill to swallow. Because a lot of you guys who are watching me, you're working hard. You're getting rejected left and right by all these women, especially y'all that live in the US or Canada, bro. That's rough, man. That's a whole different ball game with these women. Like the amount of things that they demand from a guy, bro, it's ridiculous. They want their man to be 6 foot tall. They want him to make at least 6 figures a year, be this and that, look like a Giga Chad, like a prime Joe Manganiello. They wanted to have a 8-inch cock, bro. I could go on and on and on. Like the list of qualifications they have is just through the roof. And yes, a lot of men want to cry about it. A lot of men want to take the easy route. They want to live in sorrow. They want to complain and whine that women have all the options, that women get to sit in a Ferrari, that women, get to travel to all these fancy places and that, life is, they're especially beautiful women, that, life is just easy for them. They live life on easy mode, and yada, right? That's most men. However, you can also take an alternative route by becoming accountable and by taking charge of the cards you were dealt with. Now, that is much easier said than done, because you're an outlier if you're like that. Because being accountable, being responsible, and being a maverick takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of, self-evaluation. It's something that, most men don't want to take that path. They would much rather complain on the internet. They want to whine and bitch about how women are the problem and blah 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 blah, right? I don't want you to be like that. I don't want you to be a loser. You can actually make a change about it. You can make a change. And it all starts with you. Look at the chessboard of life. Because in my opinion, that's the healthiest way of looking at it. Because we can all compare ourselves. Like we can all be like, hey, I wish I was this, I wish I was that. But bro, like most of these things are out of your control. Stop freaking focusing on all these things that are not going your way. And instead, look at the things that you can actually change. Look at the things you can change. That's a much better alternative. And it's hard. It is not easy, because it takes a lot of, it takes like a different level of humility to get to that place. But analyze your life. There's a reason why a lot of women are rejecting y'all, and I can tell you, after my glow up journey, it's been easier. I'm 26 now. I've just turned 26, a couple days ago. And, life is definitely getting easier for me. Even with women. It's so much easier compared to when I was like 20 or 18. It's a night and day difference. It's not even close. But you can make the change if you decide to do so. But it all starts with you. You have two paths here. You have the option of being a loser your whole life. You consider, You can cry about it. You can moan. You can be like, hey, this is not going my way, blah, blah, blah. Which is the path that most men fall down to, right? Or you can be responsible and be like, hey, okay, women are rejecting me. Things are not going my way. What can I do about it? What should I do about it? Okay, and then you can work from there. But it takes responsibility. It takes accountability. And most men don't want to do that. So the bottom line is this. It starts with you. And yes, I know, women have insanely high standards today. They demand so many fucking crazy things from their man. But it's not all women. There are a lot of bad women out there. Even here in Poland, bro. I live in Eastern Europe. There are bad women here, definitely. But there are also good women who will appreciate you for who you are. But to get to that place in life, you need to be a high value man. And it all starts here. You have to believe you're the man. You have to believe that you're the alpha male. You have to believe that you can make a change. And that you're not gonna, that you're not gonna be this little whiny little whiny crybaby. Be responsible, bro. And don't be comfortable. Because this is the biggest problem that most guys have. They're comfortable. They want to slack off. They want to, play video games all day. They're jerking off all day. They're drinking all these energy drinks. Their diet is shit. They're not working out. They have no high income skills. They're not passionate. They have no hobbies. They're not driven. They're not success oriented. And, then they wonder why no girl likes them. But that's the reason why. The world is not against you. Actually, the world wants you to win. If you open your mind and you become a lot more humble, and if you're willing to put in the work. And it's not easy. It takes a lot of time, bro. Becoming a high value man is not easy. It takes a lot of freaking work. I wouldn't, guys, with all due respect, I know a lot of y'all who are watching me, y'all admire me, y'all want to be like me, but I would never really, I don't think I would consider myself a high value man. Definitely, when it comes to the physical traits, I'm very high up there. I know I'm attractive. I'm tall, I'm muscular. I know that thing is on point. I have it checked. But, when it comes to my money, I want to make more money. I want to climb the success ladder. I have to make more money. I have to work on my value. And I know that we as men, we peak later, assuming we put in the work. So, we have to just be successful in so many planes to be a good option. And you have to be the man at all times. And it starts here, bro. Everything starts here. So, that's the bottom line. And, it takes the whole 9 yards. You have to be the man today. And it's not easy. It is a hard job. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of consistency, a lot of determination, a lot of, grit. But all these traits are perishable. Everything you want is out there. You can become that guy if you're willing to put in the work. If you're willing to put in the effort, and you're not gonna sulk like all these little bitches that want to complain that women are the problem. Bro, they're not the problem. You are the problem. You have to be better. And yes, I know, for the record, I know that, there are a lot of women out there who are bad, honestly. There are a lot of women out there who have high body counts, they're run down, they have a lot of baggage, and then they're single, we have a lot of single mothers, and we have a lot of women that are, retired and shit like that. And yeah, I know, they're low value. But there are also a lot of good quality women out there that are waiting for you. But you have to be the man first. You have to become him. Become that guy. And it all starts with taking the first step. What are your weak points? What are your strengths? And don't be, don't be a victim. I know it's very easy to be a little crybaby when you're going through all of this, especially if you're 18 or 20, or maybe you're older, bro. Maybe you're 30 or 40 and you're a loser and you want to change your life. Bro, it's never too late. Make that leap of faith and go for the things that you want. It's never too late. In fact, I will tell you that for us men, age can work in our favor, because that longevity aspect works with us. For women, on the other hand, women have a much shorter prime. Most women, I'm not gonna, guys, I hate to put it like that, because I know that there are some women out there who are like 30 and they're very beautiful, but most women, they usually peak around 18 to 25. That's like their prime zone for most women, and I hate to put in I hate to put all women in this one box, but that's the way it is. So you have two choices here. Choice A, be like everybody else, cry about women all day, complain that women are the problem. Or B, become the fucking man that women desire. Become that guy that women want to fuck. And it starts with you, bro. It starts with you. So don't jeopardize your progress. I know a lot of men, especially in this weak baby bitch ass world, we have a lot of men who want to say that they're never going to change, that it's all about genetics, it's all about this and that, which is why a lot of men, are, black pilled. But you can be better. You can make that change and transform your life. And it all starts here. Once again, I know I'm kind of, regurgitating the same thing, but you can definitely make that change. So start now, before it's too late. And be a man. Be a man that women want. And bro, just don't jeopardize your progress. And live, burn the midnight oil and live by the book. Find some quality friends. I know, because especially when you want to change, and once you start leveling up, all your friends, all your stupid friends, are going to tell you, hey, it's impossible. You're never going to make it. Who do you think you are? Be realistic. Get down back to earth. Bro, don't listen to them. Be better. You can accomplish anything you want if you stick to that one rule of becoming better each and every day. So guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, because I'm fired up about this. But guys, I promise, your time to shine is coming. Your prime is coming if you put in the work. You can change a lot of things about you. You can change your looks, you can change your style, you can change your money, you can change where you live, you can change your job, you can change your environment. Bro, there are so many things that are in your control. But everything, like all these things are in your power. You can make that conscious choice of changing your life. You can change your lifestyle, like that, in a whip. So, guys, that's the thing. Be a better man and go after the things that you want, and be responsible, be accountable, be driven, and your time to shine is coming. Okay, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And by the way, please check out my Instagram account, and I think I'm gonna call it a day here. So yeah, see you guys.